Hey bowling fans, this is Strikers, the bowling champions, and we are now on the B side of the bracket. I'm Mark Buffa, this is Don Mose, and we're here to have some new champions here out on our lanes. We've got Simon Tremblay, Alex Tivierge, Jonathan Roy, and Patrick Michaud that will be facing off today, and we will determine who will move on onto the next section of the bracket. So we've got a couple of fierce competitors here, Don, and we just determined last week our first finalist into the grand finals with Marc-Andre Gagne.
He bowled a great match. I mean, the right lane got really ugly, and he was the only one that was able to keep it in play. He was phenomenal. I'm really excited to watch the young talent play today. I'm sitting over here watching him practice. We got a very young, talented field. This will be some great matches this afternoon.
Yeah, it just so happens that on the A side of the bracket, we had a little bit more of traditional players, and now on the B side of the bracket, we're going to see a lot of power players.
Certainly.
You know, so we saw guys being able to attack the lane a little bit straighter, but now because of the style of play of some of these guys, we're going to be able to see guys shape the ball a little bit more and try to get a little bit more backhand reaction. So let's see what's going to happen here.
The funny thing is going to be is to watch the transition of the right lane to see if it gets affected by these guys, the higher rev rate.
Yeah, definitely. Because the right lane, for those of you who are just joining us, has been a problem since day one, where a lot of players are having trouble getting it through the front. What did I just say?
Right lane.
Right lane. Trouble getting it through the front. Right lane is hooking early for everybody. Even though Alex is throwing a pretty shiny piece of equipment, he's still not able to get it that far down the lane.
And that's low surface friction, too. I mean,
Yep.
that ball's made to push.
Yep. So let's see if he covers up the spare. We've seen a lot of guys go high and leave the 310 combination, and here we have it again. So let's see if he's able to get that ball onto the right side of the 3-pin. That looks good. Yeah,
oh my gosh.
First combo.
That's the first baby, first baby split since the start of the show.
Yeah, that's the first baby split being made since the start of the series, and good start.
They give a ring away for that?
You know, we've had a lot of missed open frames. We've had a lot of split conversions. You know, we've had a good mix of a lot of stuff, and you know, we want some guys to be able to make some quality shots here. And we see Simon here.
Whoa,
oh, just rolling it to
two-pin!
Roly-poly on the 2-pin, baby.
Roll out the barrel.
That's it. That's a great way to start the match for Simon.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a surefire way of releasing your swing.
That's it.
My God,
sure.
you can relax.
And he's giggling after hearing me say roly-poly, too. How about that one? But yeah, Simon, this is the first time on TV. Simon operates a pro shop in Chateauguay. He qualified out of one of the local qualifiers in his home center, and he's here now today. So
he's been in the industry for quite some time.
Oh, that's in. All right, 5-pin.
Well, we're back
again. It's
back
left lane.
Yeah.
Sorry, not left lane, right lane.
Yep, right lane again.
Maybe left lane for somebody else. Right lane going high again, 5-pin.
If we put the mirror up there and turn it to be the left lane.
That's it.
That works for me. Let's make it happen.
Should be easy pick up here, and also give him a read for the next match, for the next shot. There we go.
That was much better.
Great shot. So let's see Alex for the first time now here on the left lane. Went high on the first shot on the right lane. Let's see if he makes the adjustment. What do you think he should do here on the left lane, Don?
Well, traditionally, after they threw the shot on the right lane, they went ahead and made a move in the left lane. Then they got lost. I would stay in the same part. I wouldn't move and just go throw, and then just read him accordingly.
Looks like he made a ball change.
Yeah.
Yeah, different ball in the left lane. So he's definitely seeing a change, or a difference, excuse me, between both lanes because of the fact that he's using two different pieces of equipment. I don't know what he's going to do here on this right lane, if he's going to stick with that ball or if he's going to, what's he reaching for there? Same ball as he did on the left lane.
Yep.
So let's see what that does for him. Seems like it's a ball with a lot shinier of a surface. He's got a pin down, which is going to minimize a little bit the change of the direction. So let's get a chance to see what he does. Looks like he moved a little bit further right. Nope, that's left.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, that he even jumped in further, didn't he?
Yeah.
Man, that stood up just instantly.
Yeah, he just bad shot, just dead tug. You see how his shoulders over-rotated at the foul line? And that had no chance. That was an easy 4 boards left at target, and I'm being generous. But
he got a little quick with his feet and then tried to overcompensate by slamming the ball shut with the shoulders.
And that's one of the things, too. Like, when I was working on my mental game back in the day, it's like, when you step up on the approach, you need a green light. You can't be there on the amber light or on the red light, especially. So if you're committing to making a change, like in this case with a ball or making a line change, you need to tell yourself, I commit to making this move, and you make that move. And you see right now, so he tugged the first shot, and now he's like, I got to get it right. So he just dead throws it right, chops the spare. And we still have a match here with Simon. Simon can take an early lead here in the third frame. Simon throwing a strong piece of equipment as well.
Certainly is.
Yeah. Oh, gets that out, leaves a 2-7 combination. I don't know. I think he's got the right idea. I think he's too far left.
That seems to be the growing theme.
Yeah, I think he's too far left, and he's got the right ball roll. His ball's rolling end over end, where he's got a nice firm release underneath. He's using something that's going to get through the front part of the lane because it's got a shiny surface, but he's got a pin down layout on it, so it's going to lay off in the back part of the lane and keep it controllable. So does he have the right piece of equipment in his hand? I think so. I think he's just on the left lane in the wrong spot. I think he can stay in that same spot on the right lane and still be able to get to the pocket. And he, oh! Back door! Back doors the 7-pin out to pick up the the 2-7 split. Wow, look at this, folks. He turns around in disgust because he didn't like it off his hand.
Trick shot 101.
That's it.
Gets
and
the curtain and back out.
Up. Yeah, that's it. Hits the curtain, hits the ball, and then headbutts it down from the back. So we have a 9-pin lead now for Simon. Tie game possibly going into the next shot.
He stayed
here.
the same part of the lane and checked up.
Yeah, checked up. He got a left, though, Don.
Oh, he certainly did.
Yeah, so that's the second 5-pin he's left.
He got a left, or you think the ball just stood up and he couldn't push it?
No, I think he moved left. I think he missed left, excuse me. I think he needs to make sure that he controls his emotions properly, knows that there's a difference between both lanes, and just executes the shots proper because I think he's got the right ball in his hand, at least on the left lane.
Well, one thing we saw that Mark, when he did so well on the right lane, his ball speed was firm.
Yeah.
I mean, he got to the bottom and he pushed it to the front part of the lane. Most everybody else is laying in the lane and trying to create a lot of heavy roll.
Correct.
And the ball can't reach the right part of the front part of the lane.
And with the middle part of the lane on lane 4 being on fire as it is, like a lot of guys going through the face or going Brooklyn, I don't even know if I would move left. I would just try to maybe amp up my speed and jam it through the spot.
It is as much trouble as you're seeing. I would try and just stay right and just throw it harder and harder and harder and keep on closing it down to keep it in play.
And we see here again, just trying to get away from the pocket. Looks good off his hand.
And just hangs.
And it's got no chance in the back part of the lane. And this is a makeable spare. This is the PBA washout, and this should be a routine spare for Alex. But it's never a gimme. You never want a 5 count because they're not easy to shoot. But this is something that's makeable. That's got a chance. Ooh,
oh, that was
a little
close.
bit high. A little bit high. The idea on that is you want to get the ball to hit the head pin and deviate and go in and take out the other 2 pins on the right-hand side. And it's pretty much the same trajectory as you do on a regular washout, just moving your target a little bit further to the right. And that used to be my bread and butter back in the day. I love shooting that.
I remember a tournament one time, I left it and I threw it back in the middle again. I just want to make sure I do it 2 times in a row.
That's it. Hey, at least you know your ball reaction's good, right?
You're accurate, ball speed. He got in deeper yet.
Yeah, good shot by Alex. Good move. He's kicking himself, with that last shot on the left lane. But here we see a great shot. Alex is a young power player, ex-Team Canada member, has been, multiple occasions youth champion across the province of Quebec, and really glad to see him here on TV. This is not his first TV appearance, and it probably won't be his last either, because he's a good up-and-coming young player. Great shot by Simon, being able to control that pocket on the left lane. It seems like he moved a little bit further to the right, and he's got to figure out this right lane, Don.
Well, straighter's greater.
That was a great shot. You see, again, just that ball coming off the pit between the 8 and the 9 pin. That's all you can ask for in reality.
What's his move here? I think he's moving a little bit to the right. Now
let's see what he does here. It's lane 4 has been a mystery for a lot of guys. That's got to push. Looks like he moved left.
He went left.
Yeah, that's not the move.
No.
Disclaimer. Anybody listening?
Like I said before, I want to go push you up and go throw on it and just see what they're seeing out there, because everybody keeps on making the same move.
Yeah, we gotta maybe ask some of these players and see what they're seeing, because again, like we were talking about the other day, was getting a 3D view, being behind and seeing what's happening, and we're seeing the ball just not it's not holding in the middle part of the lane, not at all. And he misses count here and just gets the 2.
That could be costly, especially when it comes down to the 10th frame. If it's a close match, 1 is 2.
Yep.
1 is 2.
So we still have Simon still in the lead here, but you know, Alex with a strike here would definitely put some pressure on him and would propel him into the lead.
Oh, he was deep.
Oh, great shot. Great move by Alex. Making the move on the left lane. First strike. Nope, second strike on the left lane, excuse me. He only has 1 strike on the right lane. But great move there. We see a nice strong move from the back end into the pocket. Head pin takes out, excuse me, sorry, 6-pin takes out the 10-pin in the pit.
If you sit and you watch like his physical game, he is definitely the contemporary style. As you watch his first step is a jump to the left. Watch. Yeah. Way out of the way to get his hips out of the way, swing and tuck in.
That was a tug left, and he tries to trip the 6-pin, almost getting the break there, but still being able in a low-scoring affair, excuse me, to get a double in the middle of the game, that's a +1 in my book.
Yes.
You know, so right now he's going in. He's going in with a 4-pin lead going into the 7th.
And he actually had 2 flush shots. It wasn't like they were cheap shots. I mean, they were good executed shots. So he has a read.
Oh, flags the 6-pin. Gosh.
Wow.
You know, we've seen a lot of missed spares. A lot of missed spares on this series. It's unbelievable. And these are the guys that are cream of the crop, and they've been able to make it to TV multiple occasions. And, you know, missing amateur mistakes like that and making splits, it's uncharacteristic of these players. Oh, great shot by Simon.
Excellent.
He's trying to get back on it. You know, these guys are yo-yoing between, like, nobody wants it. You know, here, you take it, you take it, you take it. So, you know, Simon now is in the driver's seat. He's the first one to act.
You know, like I said, there must be something taking place out there, because especially missing the amount of spares they have in the right lane, there must be something that's causing it to happen.
Yeah. So here we've got a 2-pin affair, not much, but you know, with the double here, he can propel himself.
He went deeper.
Yeah.
He went a lot deeper.
Oh,
Softened his speed up.
Oh, big move!
How about
big move. That was a big jump left. Remember we were talking about zone, like making a zone change a couple weeks ago? That was a zone left.
Yes, it was.
That was a zone left.
That was a full arrow move.
Yeah, full arrow move. Softened the speed up, like you said. Got around it a little bit, fed it to the dry, and look at the result. A little bit light, though.
But you know, it's readable. I mean, from there you can adjust.
Yeah. So he's got a potential of 221 on the board.
Uh-oh.
And Alex is just giving it to him. You know, that was just a bad shot off his hand. He didn't like it, and he's got to make this. This is a must-spare situation for him.
I just don't wonder if some frustration isn't setting in a little bit.
For sure. You know, like you come off of a big double like that, flag a single pin, and now, you know, just bad shot for 6 count.
And then your competitor just went ahead and just doubled.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and he hasn't been anywhere close in the right lane.
Yeah. So this now becomes a 30-pin game. You know, even more than that now. But, you know, Simon's in the driver's seat just with 1 turn.
Yes.
You know, so this is where match play is fun, and it's very cutthroat because it's only 10 shots, and anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
You know, so like
in a flip of a switch, you can go from being behind to leading.
Definitely. You know, and especially the fact when you flag an easy spare, that kills your momentum.
Yes.
It kills your momentum, and it gets in your head, and that's the big problem. That's what we're seeing from a lot of competitors. So he takes another jump left and still goes high. I don't know. We should host a clinic, don't we? Need to host a clinic. 1-800 howtostrikeontherightLane.com. Because, you know, I don't know. We got to try to figure something out here. We're gonna go talk to the guys after the show and see what they thought about the right lane, because a lot of people have been struggling on that right lane.
Yeah, there's only been actually one person.
And it sounds like a broken record, right?
It does.
Because we keep saying the same thing.
Well, we just go ahead and record in a recorder and just hit the button.
That's it. We'll ask the crew if they could just, you know, record our audio from the right lane. Give us a break half of the game. But yeah, let's see if Simon here can make a great shot on the left lane.
Yeah, we can make a quick run to Timmy's then.
Okay, yeah, please. Yeah, we need them. Hey, we're accepting sponsors. Oh, baby, light shaker! Gets the 2 out, baby. Shake him.
What? Hit him light?
Shake and bake.
Man, that was awesome. Hit him light. He just threw lumber around.
That's it. Shake, 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 shake it. Great shot from Simon. Pretty much seals the deal here. You know, Simon can finish out for 221, And we have Alex with a potential of 170.
Did he go maybe a little bit deeper now from his last shot? If that means he's going to soften his speed up even more.
You got a better look than I do. You're taller than I am, so.
I'm just fatter and wider.
Okay.
He firmed up.
Yeah, but he's still looping it more on the right lane than he is on the left lane.
Absolutely.
So we'll have to invite Simon as our first guest for our seminar series.
Yeah, there we go. Switching balls.
Yes, thank you. Finally, somebody is doing something after they seal the deal and trying something in the 10th frame. So he is now going to something a little bit stronger with a duller surface to try to control that break point. However, he's got a good look.
Yes.
He's got a great look, and I don't know if I would make that change right now. But again, this is where you want to try it.
You have to try the experiment.
That's another zone left. And that was creeping a bit high.
It's
going to be in the back of his mind in practice, and he's going to think about it. But I just think the first half of the game for Simon was just jitters. It's his first time on TV. He's a great competitor. He knows the sport. He's a pro shop operator. He knows his equipment really well. And I'm afraid that the first half of the game, he just wanted to get the shakes out of his knees, got a couple of good shots under him, and now he's good to go. So let's see what he does with that ball change again to see what he thinks about it. Again, like, it's not bad. Big fist pump there at the end. Confidence booster going into the next match. So great shots by Simon. Congrats, Simon, on the win. Finishing off, punching out for 221. And a true competitor with Alex just getting out of the way. These two are great friends. They've bowled competitively as youth bowlers over the past years. And, glad to have both of them here now in the adult ranks. I'm glad to be retired now because these young guys can sure throw it good.
They throw it good. It's nice to see the camaraderie amongst the bowlers.
Oh, definitely. And that's the big thing. Honestly, that's what I miss, though. Out of all the competition that I've played in the past, it's the opportunity to make some good friends. So as you see here, they finished with the bro hug. So we have 221 for Simon Tremblay over Alex Vierge with 145. Unfortunate, just couldn't really control the pocket. But again, name of the game is controlling the pocket on these patterns. We've seen big scores, and we've seen some horrible scores just by guys making too many risky moves. So right now, we're going into the second match. We've got another huge power player with Jonathan Roy, and we've got a great power lefty with Patrick Michaud. Patrick Michaud has been one of the biggest up-and-comers in the province. Young, great player from the Gaspé region. He qualified out of Montjoly, and we also have Jonathan Roy, who's made multiple TV appearances. He is a household name here in Quebec, out of the Sherbrooke area, and this is going to be one great match, though, and I'm telling you what, because we have two great players that are going to be able to duke it out one another, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how Jonathan is going to attack the right lane, because he likes to wail on it. He's got one of the highest rev rates here in Quebec, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how he attacks this right lane. And you've seen him also in the past, too.
Oh, absolutely. Both these guys wail on it.
I don't think you've seen Patrick as much as I have. But Patrick just won one of the partners of Strikers is the bowling center Maximo in Val d'Or, and he won the biggest amateur prize in Quebec of $5,000 at the Honda Classic last year, defeating none other than the other household lefty with Pascal Dextraz, who was our reigning champion here. So, battle of lefties. We have one of the next up-and-coming best lefties in Canada here with Patrick Michaud. So really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here. And, our top seed between the two, Jonathan Roy, is going to decide starting lane, and we should see something pretty cool here up in the next game.
We're looking forward to watching these guys battle it out. All the years that we do these matchmakers up here, you recognize a lot of these faces. They come and they come and they throw some of the stuff, but they're an invite. They're an invite for anybody to come throw.
Yep.
Not only just throw the equipment, get see the newest stuff, but also to get some free tips, some coaching, some discussion as far as lane play. There's a lot to learn.
Yep, definitely. And, I know for a fact that both of these competitors have tried to be a national team member on Team Canada. So they have had some vast coaching experience in the past and also a lot of competition reps under their belt.
Yes.
The best way to get ready for competition is to bowl competition.
Yeah, jump in.
Jump in. If you're at home right now and you're thinking, hey, I want to go bowl the Masters, or hey, I want to go bowl a regional, or hey, I want to go do this and do that. Well, if you're thinking about it, find the means to do it, find the time to do it, and go do it. Even if you're not going to cash or whatever, you're going to learn from it, and you're going to become a better bowler because of it.
How do you learn how to swim?
Oh, good! He takes the 10 pin out! Oh my God, leaving like 7 pins on the deck on that one. Unbelievable. Great shot by Joe Roy. I'm waking everybody up here. This is bad. I jumped out of my chair on that one. I'm so
I
excited.
about fell over.
Easy there, buddy.
I felt like Humpty Dumpty.
No, come on. It can't be that bad. Can't be that bad. Let's see here. Power lefty on Patrick Michaud. One of my proteges.
He throws the ball good.
Look at that. I love his roll. Just
Nice
right behind
and
the
soft.
ball. Nice hand. You know, probably one of the guys he looks up to is you know, Pascal, you know, because he's the top lefty to beat here in Quebec. And really to see what's going on here, he's got a really good ball reaction to start. And what I like about Patrick is his, not that he's emotionless, but you get it.
He's
you know,
just
like
calm.
he calms, he controls his emotion, and you don't hear him too much.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because the first shot I watched him throw in a while, I was thinking that's almost like a mini Patrick.
Right.
I mean, they're very similar as far as their game goes.
Definitely. Many. Get there. Oh, he was calling that one for it to push. He's playing further left than most people. However, Pascal did belly it a little bit more on the right lane 2 weeks ago when he was playing against Marc-Andre, and he was using 2 different balls on those lanes. But you know, the brand new week here, freshly dressed lanes. You know, so you know.
I pulled Pascal aside and I asked him what his thought were, and he said that he had to throw the gold ball on the left lane to create the angle to the front, because he said the sanded ball just picked up too soon.
Okay.
But he said he had to throw the sanded ball on the left lane because the pearl ball was so angular out there. He said I needed to get the ball to bleed out.
Right.
So, you know, it's funny. He's throwing the same ball, but he's definitely in deeper on the right lane compared
Right,
to the left.
definitely. Yeah, you have to. The right lane is on a different planet than the left lane.
Yeah.
So we see Jonathan making the easy spare with the spare ball on lane 3, picking up the 3-pin. Let's see if he makes the move here. I think he's throwing an IQ Tour 30. That's been his go-to ball like forever. And he just loves it. Just gets down the lane nice and easy, and a nice sharp move in the back end. And great move there. He looks like he made a little bit of a move left on that shot.
That ball read the lane really well. And then once again, if you take a look at the contemporary style, look at that big jump to the left when he takes off on his first step.
Yep.
Swing tucks in nice and tight.
Yep. You know, one of the things that we haven't really discussed over the last couple of weeks is the importance of footwork. Like, we talked about the importance of the lower body in the game of bowling, but we also didn't understand the equipment. Like, people underestimate the importance of having good footwork, and with good footwork, you need to have the right shoes in your feet.
You do.
Right?
Stability.
Stability, because, like, one of the things that you'll notice from a lot of these power plays is look at them going into the slide. They drive into the slide almost like a skating stride. That's the way I like to explain it. It's like, almost like if the coach calls you off the bench and he says you're driving towards the net, what are you going to do? You're going to dig your skate into the ice, and you're going to push hard off of it so you get a nice long stride. And that's what these guys are trying to get, because the power is all generated from their feet. And that's why, if you notice these guys, you'll see that they push pretty hard off of that push foot. And the traction foot on the shoes that most of these guys are wearing, like the Dexters that Patrick has in his feet, he's got that traction sole on that enables him to dig into the lane and push and get some nice traction and getting a nice long stride into getting a consistent slide.
You know, when we do these matchmakers, I ask continuously to people, so how do you get ball speed? And everybody thinks that you have to pull through your swing. They forget is as the footwork starts to increase in speed, you're actually developing power and leverage. And so when your body starts slowing down, all that momentum you built up explodes through the bottom of your shot.
Yep. Oh, we see a ball change here on the right lane.
We certainly do.
Yep. Looks like he's going to something a little bit weaker.
That's interesting because he struck. Ooh. Oh, that didn't happen, did it?
So typically when you see this, when you see a bowler go to a weaker ball and they want to move left, it's because they want something that's more responsive off the back part. Look at this thing peel just off the spot.
Just jumped.
Yeah, just jumped off the spot. And I think that's what he wanted to get. I think that's what he wanted to get, because the other ball he was looking at, it was laboring a little bit off the back part of pattern. He wanted to see the ball penetrate a little bit more, and he got that, but that was just too much.
Yeah, but this is the same thing that Pascal had. Identical.
Right.
Because he wanted that gold ball to come popping off the spot.
Yeah. So here we see routine spare with the Buffa spare ball. Can't go wrong with that one, right?
Is it a little bit wider than the rest of them?
Shh. No comment. Disclaimer, please know that all these balls are regulation.
As the mechanic walks back up and hands it to you.
It didn't fit through the ball return. I think Jonathan's got to go to something a lot less sharp, because what we're seeing from him is he's got to get it to that right spot. And you just look how that peeled off the spot. It literally looked like somebody basically hit it, and it changed direction so quick. Like, you can't control that.
It's like they're playing croquet with a sledgehammer.
Yep. I love your analogies.
Get it.
Oh boy, chops the spare. That's not an easy one, but
No.
definitely not something you want to give to a guy like Patrick Michaud right now.
Yeah, because Patrick has a very good control of the pocket right now. You know, out of all the matches we've seen, there's only been a few guys that had control of the pocket, and Patrick is definitely one of them.
Yep. So he did make the ball change, and he still stayed in the pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, good move there by Joe. So we see here a great power playing style. High backswing, broken wrist at the top, but he recuperates at the bottom. Look at that ball hook and just roll so heavy down the lane. And what I really appreciate about Jonathan's release is the fact that he is not too much around the side of it, so he's always in play. In every tournament, he's always a force to be reckoned with, and he's improved his straight game quite a bit. I gotta tell him that.
Now he's throwing the same ball here on the left lane also. He threw the right lane.
No, that's the same ball that he stayed on the left lane. He's thrown two different balls. So he's got the dark gray ball in the left lane, and he's got the blue ball in the right lane. See how smoother that was off the spot? See, he's switching balls. He pulled out his switch grip, put it into the other ball. So he's using two different balls here. That's another thing too. If you have trouble in getting a consistent feel from ball to ball, make sure to go to your pro shop operator and ask them for interchangeables. There's multiple different options out there in the market today, and that's something that all these top bowlers are using in their games today.
Yeah, to tell you the truth,
moves a little bit left and gets the light shaker.
I don't think there's maybe a handful of touring players that don't use switch grips, and same with the international players. You know, in a full field, you might look at maybe 10 people.
Well, I'll tell you what, ever since I've been using interchangeables, I save a lot of money on tape.
I just like the fact that you can get a good feel and you can pull from ball to ball. I mean,
definitely. That's a huge thing.
Yeah,
and also for someone that likes to drill a lot of balls during the year, it saves you a lot of time. It saves your pro shop driller a lot of time also. So he's wiping off his hand. I think it came off his hand a little bit too quick. I don't think it looks like he jumped out of it. And just never read off the spot. Let's see if he picks this up. So the key here is to get the ball to the left of the 2-pin and slide the 2-pin over into the 10-pin. Hook.
Oh, that was close.
That was close. On those, I like going straight because you never know what's going to happen. You're not used to throwing that much hook to go into the 2-pin, so might as well just throw it straight at it.
The only time I like to see hook into that is when the pin's behind, the sleeper's behind.
Correct. Yes,
other than that, you just want to throw just a nice missile.
So if anything, he's had the best look. Jonathan's had the best look on the right lane of the entire series.
I agree.
So that's another strike right there. Oh. Pocket shot, but still great shot. But again, he's missed every shot on the left, and he's struck every shot on the right.
It's not that the ball was weak. His angle on the back end was so sharp. It was when the 3-pin hit the 6, it pushed the 6 out.
Yep.
Instead of having where it was like weak and just tapped it in. That's a lot of angle on the back end, and it's something that you don't normally see.
Yep. So we see here spare ball out. We've got Patrick Michaud in the driver's seat right now, with a potential 34-pin lead going into the 7th. Still using that same ball in the left lane, though, and I think he likes what he's seeing in that lane.
He's definitely got a good look.
Ooh!
Look at that.
When you get the late hit there on the corner pin. I love his position in the backswing, and I just love his release, how smooth it is at the bottom, and you just see that 4-pin take care of the 7-pin. Great shot there, but Patrick has improved tremendously. You know, he bowls out of a small center in Saint-Fabien, and he's learned a lot. He's bowled a lot of tournaments, and he travels quite a bit with us. And you know,
does he ask a lot of questions?
Not to me,
okay.
But I know that he works with another one of the greats that unfortunately didn't qualify for the show, and Jonathan Simino, and getting a lot of insight from him, and basically bouncing a lot of ideas about equipment, layouts, his game, and he's improved a lot. One of the things that I can notice, another great shot here with the ball change on lane 4, is his lower body, as we see on the replay, is very quiet. In the past, his left leg would flare up a lot, where almost his heel would be at the height of his head.
Yeah, well, so wasn't that week 2 that we had a player do the same thing as he released the ball? Their trail leg would lift up in the air? Yeah, so that's one of the things that he's looked to improve on, because I remember last year he tried out for Team Canada and fell short by a couple positions in making the qualifying round, but you know, he's on a mission. He's going to be on. He's going to be the next one of the next best lefties in Canada. And here we have you know, Jonathan just having no clue on this left lane, though. Yeah, he's definitely got himself trapped now. Yeah, this is you know, this is do or die for him right now. It's there's no way he's going to pick this up, and he's got to get something going on this right lane. He needs to strike out, but there's still no chance, because Patrick's got such a commanding lead in this match. There's no way. I think Patrick can go make a run to Timmy's and come back and have no problem. So Jonathan just needs this saving grace here in the 10th, 9th and 10th, excuse me. I'll tell you what, it's a sure fun watching him throw, because his ball does tricks in the back end. Yeah, definitely. But, you know, Patrick Michaud here just going for a victory lap with the 9th and 10th frame. I wouldn't be surprised if he's trying something different, and he is. He's trying that same ball that he has on the right lane on the left lane. He made a ball change, Don. Let's see what that does. So he went to something a little bit weaker, and it looks like he moved right. See how he got that one a little bit further left? Yep. Yeah. So he likes that look. He likes that weaker piece of equipment and going away from the pocket a little bit and creating more angular motion down lane. Now, when people hear the word weak, they're thinking it doesn't hook. And actually what weak means, the ball's going to penetrate through the lane easier. But since it's a shiny ball, it's going to respond. Correct. You know, so the verbiage in bowling isn't quite, you know, what it sounds like. Right. So. Yeah, and thanks for the correction on that, because basically when we mean weak, it's a ball that has a weaker cover stock that will enable it to slide longer before it hooks. Yes. And because there's so much friction here at Salon-Qui Montmorency in Quebec City, that sometimes those balls come into play more than often. Absolutely. And that's the other thing too. When you go into your pro shop and you tell them, I want a strong ball, make sure you tell them, do you want something strong in the back end or you want something strong in the front? Because that's going to lead to maybe a different recommendation. Absolutely, because the information you feed them, they're all trained to help. Yes. And it's not like they don't want to. If you feed them the right information, they'll be able to go ahead and help you. Yeah. And like that shot there, it's like, you know, you thought he was trying to shoot for a spare. He's just looking for another strike shot. Yeah, he knows that the game's done, so he's just trying to get another look at it. Honestly, he could have shot the spare, and he still would have had the fill shot. Yeah. He's just saving time. Yep. Thank you. So let's see here, Jonathan just finishing up the game, going high. Again, just a great competitor, Jonathan, multiple victories in past years, and just a day to forget. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it happens. Everybody has those bad days. Yeah, but this Jonathan's a great bowler, great competitor, great friend of mine, and this is not the last that we'll see of him, that's guaranteed. Heavens no. Yep. He throws it way too good. Yep. So Jonathan finishes out with 148 and Patrick Michaud 235. So a little bit of a blowout here with Patrick Michaud. But again, great look. And Patrick Michaud really is probably one of the first guys to conquer that right lane, Don. Yes, yes, agree. You know, even with Pascal, he had problem with the ball responding, you know, very hard. And he never seemed to have that issue. Correct. I mean, his ball, when it came off the spot, it had that really heavy transitional roll. Yep. You know, it wasn't a jump. So he definitely had a good read. So we got two bowlers with great ball reaction going into the next match. So we have the winner from the first match in Simon Tremblay against the winner of match 2 that we just saw and witnessed here with Patrick Michaud. And we have two bowlers, the righty in Simon Tremblay that had a great look to finish the match. And he also had a second look with the ball that he tried in the fill, right? He certainly did. The second ball he threw, he definitely forced him in deeper. I'm not sure if I like the idea of getting it deeper, because the pattern is still fresh. and it hasn't went through enough transition to get in deep just to get that free little push. Because if you get a little soft, it's going to hook.
Yeah, but both bowlers had a really great game. Simon with a 250 game, and also Patrick with 235. So you know we've got some great competitors here coming up, and it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I know it because they both did not give away the pocket too much. And honestly, I'm giving the edge to Patrick because Patrick was throwing 3 different balls during that game. In the first frame, he threw 1 ball, and then he switched right away, and then he switched again on the right lane, and he hit the pocket with 3 different pieces of equipment.
I agree, but, you know, on the other hand, you know, when Simon finally got relaxed and got lined up, he did switch to 2 different balls, and he was able to get a good read, and, you know, I think it's even going in.
Well, that's one of the things, too. That's the tail of the tape, my friend. You know, it's just to go with the experience, too. But really what I'm looking at is how many options do you have to attack this pattern? And both of these players right now, they're a force to be reckoned with because they have multiple lines of attack. They have multiple pieces of their arsenal that they can take out and attack this pattern in different ways.
And if you want to look at it, it's not that it's luck or whatever. Their ball roll, their ball speed, their swing plane is helping them match up to what's taking place out there.
Yep.
This isn't this sheer luck thing. I mean, there's forces behind this that they're getting them to basically stand out compared to their competitors.
That's left. Oh, comes roaring back. Locked his 10-pin out of there. 7-pin, excuse me.
Look at this. What a great shot. Look at the angle in the back end.
Yeah, this thing comes flying back.
Second messenger of the tournament so far right there.
Didn't even touch the pin. That doesn't count as a messenger. What are you talking about?
It came across the deck.
What are you talking about? You know bowling? What are you doing here sitting next to me? We need to rewrite the bowling dictionary. Messenger, the pin that did not hit the pin that was not falling, right?
Any pin that comes across the deck on a flat bottom.
Great shot by Simon.
And, you know, I'll look at the way that
you
ball...
You see, no messenger on that one. What's up with that? That was the no messenger.
But you see the way the ball went to the deck?
He didn't want to pay for shipping fees.
You didn't want to pay shipping fee? You want to pay FedEx?
That's it. Free shipping during the holidays.
Yeah.
No?
On the 24th, Santa drops up for nothing, so what the heck?
There you go. Santa.
So if you watch the way that the ball went, the ball was still going left to the pocket.
Ooh,
now that one
light
there,
shaker.
Yeah.
Light shaker. Yeah, he's got the right mind frame. He's improved a lot. He spent a lot of time on his game. He's a certified coach. You know, like I said, pro shop operator. He's learned a lot about his game. I helped him with his fit. I helped him with his layouts a little bit here and there. But you know, you are who? How can I say this? You are how you put the time in. You
sure.
know, if you want to have chiseled abs.
Oh, did you see that?
Great shot, logging out the 7-pin there.
Just a little tap.
We have 2 young players that are hungry. These guys work on their games. They work on their equipment. They try to improve. They don't always cash at every event, but they learn from it, and that's why they're here in this position.
Well, they have one thing in common. They're both pretty calm.
Definitely, yeah.
And so they're very cerebral. They're thinking about their shots. They don't overthink.
Yep. And the other thing that helps, too, is when they come back from their shots, they do have a support group.
Yes.
You know, both of these guys have guys that they can get some feedback from that are watching behind
them. That's a good shot. Oh!
Great shot, leaving the 7-pin. I just think he didn't give that one the business. That was a great shot. I love his follow-through, like I mentioned earlier. Really good. He didn't get it far enough left.
No,
we see here that the ball doesn't penetrate as well. 6-pin wraps around the 10-pin. He got that one in a bit. It's skittled a bit longer in the oil in the middle part of the lane. So here we see the switch to the weaker piece of equipment. Should be able to pick up the spare, no problem. I need to stop jinxing it. It's the Buffa jinx. The Buffa jinx. Unbelievable. You know, I still can't believe how many missed spares we've had in this competition.
He needs to sit down and regroup and refocus himself.
Yep. So Simon's got a huge advantage here going into the 3rd frame. Oh my God! Stones the 9-pin. Wow.
What did I say about it, the way the ball traveled to the pocket in that last shot? The ball was going left to the pocket.
I
what
love
happens
how he's charging
9?
into the foul line like that with the upper body.
Here,
look at that.
Watch it go right left to the pocket.
Yeah. It goes left of the pocket, doesn't even hit the 9-pin. Wow, what a shot. You know, your opponent opens the door like that, and you throw a shot like that pure off your hand, and you don't strike. It's like, wow.
That's frustrating.
But you want to know what, though? That's going to loosen him up.
Sure.
That's going to loosen him up because if he would have been on that high, he would have been maybe a little bit too much on a high, and that's going to enable him now to basically come back down to earth and say, okay, that was a great shot. I made my spare. Now, let's get back to
business.
Let's get back to business and
refocus and execute.
Refocus, exactly. That's just it. Because sometimes if you get out to an early lead, it's like you run out of gas after a while, right? You know,
yes.
so like that's the thing is just really. Oh, gets the high hit, trips to 410.
Ball shimmed up right the back part of the lane.
He gets that left off his hand, and he's asking for it to push right there.
Oh, he's
and
begging.
Watch this ball go high, and he just trips out. Wow, half of the deck just goes.
There's more pins than deck than there's in a rack.
He's got the double fist pump on that one. He was like, that's it, baby.
Oh.
That's it. Give it to me. Patrick needs a strike here. Come on, look at that.
Oh!
See, that was a potential messenger.
That was.
Look at this position at the top of the swing. When you see that the right and left hands are basically in line, but because of your spine tilt, that makes your backswing go higher, right?
Yes.
And a lot of people say, I can't lift the ball that high. All you got to do is bend forward.
Yeah, spine tilt.
Yeah, that's it. You know, so basically hold your hands out in front of you and tilt forward, and you have a backswing. That's pretty much it. You know, if you look at some of the greats too, like Pete Weber and those type of guys, that's exactly it.
Absolutely.
You know, get your chest forward, lead with your chin, and just like any offensive sport, there's no defense in bowling. You know, it's 100% offense. You know,
Absolutely.
It's between you and the pins, and you got to knock them down. So if you're defensive, they're not going to want to fall.
You know what you call that last messenger?
What?
Western Union.
Okay.
Yeah, delivered the message and just didn't quite get there.
Okay. Oh, boy. Comedy night with Don Mose. Oh, baby.
Beautiful shot. Well executed.
Like I said, you know, great competitor here. Made a good move off of that missed spare on the right lane. And we still have a match, guys. You know,
certainly do.
We still have a match. Potential shift here with a double, though.
Simon has to show up.
Yep. Take an early lead here in a match with a double. Come on, Loggett. Almost gets the 4-pin to seed. So he's having trouble now in the left lane there. It's 9 spare. Well, trouble. He did smash the pocket on the last time on that shot. On that lane.
Well, he's hit the pocket each shot, all 3.
Well, listen, he 9-pinned on the left lane, so that's high.
Yep.
He 4-pinned on the left lane, so that's high. So that's 2 shots in a row now that he's high.
Now,
so,
what move would you make? Would you go left and soften up a little bit more?
This is what I want to talk about. So, like, the people at home, so like I just said, left lane, so like you need to look at this, especially in a championship environment like this. You have, each lane is playing slightly different.
Yes.
Okay? So my last shot on the left lane, I went high, left the 9-pin. Okay, great shot, right? We both agree to that.
But the ball went through a too sharp an angle.
Yeah. So he's probably saying, okay, I'm not going to move. I'm going to throw it in the same spot. Okay. So he threw it in the same spot, 4-pin. So he should have moved off of the 9-pin. If he would have moved out that 9-pin, we have a double.
Yep. Brooklyn.
Oh, and he gets the double. So you see that move based on the 9-pin in the 3rd frame, that gives him a 3-bagger instead of now 9 spare strike, 9 spare strike.
Yes.
You know, so again, back home, if you are looking to improve your average just in general, read what the pins are giving you. You know, if you leave, like we just said in this occasion here, where he's going high, 9-pin, 4-pin, you know, like if you leave something that's light, like a 2-pin, well, make a move. You know, if you leave something that goes high, like a 4-pin, make a move.
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid. Don't always say that you're the fault, especially when you know that it was good.
There's a certain point that we all bowl subliminally, you know, and what's taking place is our inner mind is already knowing the adjustments have to take. We fight ourselves to make that adjustment.
Yeah. And like back in college when I bowled for Wichita State, one of the things was communication with your peers, right?
Yes.
So even now today in league, like I'll follow Luis on my team and he'll go high, leave a 4-pin. And my question to him, was that you or was that the lane?
Yeah.
You know, and if he tells me, no, that was a good shot, then I'm moving.
Yes.
You know, because even though you're not in the same part of the lane, if somebody's seeing that transition, you will see it too.
Guaranteed.
Ooh, goes high again. So here, we see, perfect example, we see a 6-pin for Patrick Michaud. On this next shot that he takes on the right lane, he needs to move.
Yes.
He needs to move. And right now, both of these competitors are in the pocket because they've had either strike or 9, right? So they've got the right ball in their hand, and they've got the right idea going to the pocket.
Transition.
That's the name of the game. And that's the hardest part to teach. And that's why we keep saying you need to bowl. If you don't bowl in events and in a competition environment, you will not see these types of things.
And there's no textbook you can read it from.
Nope.
It is a visual thing you have to see.
Yes.
People can walk you out in the lanes. They can show you exactly what you look at as far as ball motion. But when you're in competition, everything looks different.
Exactly. And a lot of people look at hook left to right. But at the elite level, we look at hook front to back.
Yes.
So we like to see when the ball slows down. He made that move, made a great shot, pured it. That's the first shot, that's the first strike on the left lane since the first frame. So we see here, great move by Simon.
See, now the ball's deflecting going to the pocket.
Yeah.
Prior to that, it was really angular.
Yeah, so great shot there by Simon. But then again, you know, like I said, you know, like hang out with people that are good and that are able to help you out and are willing to help you out.
Yes.
You know, so, and there's a lot of avenues out there. And like Don said, if ever there's a matchmaker in your area and if ever there's some sort of professional event in your area, definitely go and ask questions. You know, nobody's going to get offended by a question.
Not at all.
There's no stupid questions.
No, we're all out here to help.
Except for Don's questions.
Yeah, that's no question there. But as far as industry leaders go, I mean, we're all out here to help. I mean, you know, there's no books to read, and there's a lot of knowledge to be taught. And in order to go ahead and increase yourself and develop your skill,
yep,
you have to have some kind of mentoring. We all had.
Yeah. And any one of these Striker member centers, if you go to Strikers, the bowlingchampions.com, and you check it out, there's a list of bowling centers that are members of this. They are all very good pro shop operators as well, so please give them a call in your area. You know, anywhere across the province, you can get some help, definitely.
Absolutely.
If not, give us a call. And I'll transfer you to Don. He doesn't speak French, though, by the way.
No, I don't.
Merci beaucoup.
Oh
boy, goes high in the 8th here. This is not good.
Did he grab on that one a little bit?
That was super slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just popped out of it right away. He made another ball change on that left lane. He's indecisive on that left lane. Oh, man. Kids.
You know, when you make a ball change, you have to make it that extra effort to repeat that shot.
Yeah. Yeah, and he didn't like it off his hand.
No.
It looked slow.
No, he tried to manufacture something that's not there.
Yeah, and it just picked up way too early.
Absolutely.
No bueno. Ooh, gives it a shot. You know, I don't think I've ever picked that up. And I think that is statistically the hardest spare to make.
I picked it up a couple times. You ever pick the 710 up?
Yes, I've made, I think, 7/10s. Yeah, I throw it fast, though.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. But I read somewhere, I forget where it was, I think it was a USBC study, that the hardest spare to make on average, basically like through the statistics, is the big four. Because you can't bounce it out. You need to really get lucky in that like a pin bounces off your ball and takes out the other pins on your other side.
Well, 710's the same way.
Yeah, but the 710, at least, there's nothing that's going to tamper the impact of the pin.
Well, even though they say instead of going, they say the best way to do it is actually go total cross lanes. When you're going away, you nick that pin and knock it over.
Yep.
So
here we got Simon. He can really bury the hatchet here in the 9th. Ooh,
good
baby,
shot.
great shot. So Simon's got a potential for 235. He's reaching over for another
balls.
ball in the right lane.
God, I feel like I'm watching touring players.
So we have a 25-pin advantage here if they both strike out. So Simon needs, well, he just needs to stay clean, honestly. That's why he's reaching for the other ball. However, do you make the ball change if you need to stay clean? I don't know. I would take the clean.
I would make it in my fill ball.
I would take the clean. I think this is a bad move on his part.
Or he has that much confidence in his choice here. It's that gray ball again, and it's through the face, damn near.
You know, that's a lucky break that he only leaves the 5-pin because, you know, one of the things that my great coach, my father, Frank Buffa, ever taught me was if ever you make a ball change, just don't do it in the 9th and 10th frame unless you are in dire need of a 4-bagger to finish a game to save grace and get 180. You know, but if you are on a good stint like here, he's got the match in hand, why gamble it? Why gamble it? There's no reason or... Wow. Wow. So he just needs to fill 6 here to win, but oh my God. You know, what did I just say?
I almost slid out of my chair. Thank God I'm
I did slid out. Look at me, I slid out of my chair.
Seat belted in, Jesus.
I slid out of my chair. Wow. kids at home, if you are winning a match, do not make a ball change the first shot attempt. And Simon, if ever you watch this, tape delayed.
And don't lick your finger and sit in a ball in a light socket. Don't do that either.
Oh my goodness. There, that's a better shot.
Yeah, but look at where that ball's reading now. That ball is super strong, and it is not reading the front part of the lane correctly.
Yeah. Wow. Anyways, that's done. He moves on to the top 8 portion of the bracket. I mean, top 4 of the bracket, but top 8 overall. So he is guaranteed a purse of the top 8 at least, and he will have a chance in the upcoming weeks to move on to possibly face Marc-Andre Gagné, who is the winner of the A side of the bracket that we saw last week. So we now have a new bowler that is in deep in the bracket in the top 8, and we got a chance to see a great young competitor in Patrick Michaud.
And this young man will be back.
Yes, definitely.
He throws it too good. His physical skill is above and beyond most people you see.
Yeah, and he's been on TV multiple occasions. We saw him in last year's episode as well, and he did extremely well. So really looking forward to seeing him again in the future. But, you know, 2 great competitors, but Simon had the better look.
He certainly did.
Yeah. Again, if you guys are watching and you're bowling in the next couple of rounds, just keep your hand behind it.
Not only did he have the better look, but he was better prepared with the game plan.
Correct.
His preparation.
And he stayed clean.
Yes, his preparation of his game plan was very good. Yeah. Because when one ball couldn't work, he know exactly what to go to.
Yeah. So we have our winner, Simon Tremblay, winning 214 to 190 with a clean game. Again, making your spares is key on a head-to-head competition.
But don't switch the first ball in the 10th.
Don't switch the first ball in the 10th. Please don't do that ever again.
Because the fat guy left here almost had a heart attack.
That was great. So again, great match from our competitors. We're looking forward to something great in the next bracket as well. We have Joël Larche, Olivier Godin, Patrick Daou, and Daniel Champoux coming to us. Some guys that are new to TV and some guys that have been here in the past. I know that Patrick Daou's been on TV a bunch. He's got a high series of 879.
That's
I think,
awesome.
In league. So great competitive player, and really looking forward to seeing what he's going to bring to the table. Again, this is Strikers, the bowling champions. I'm Mark Buffa. This is Don Mose. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the upcoming weeks.
We'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Keep on striking.
Keep on striking.